do not have the energy nor time to do this, so I just wanted to do this really, really quickly. Okay, so basically, passive credit rebuking. So basically, whenever there's a kind of situation, let's say like a world-ending situation, or like, and whatever the fuck it is, right? There's spirit guides, ancestors. There's beings of the highest white light that step into power in order to fight these. You know what I mean? Dark. One second. One second. Okay. To fight these darker forces and stuff, right? So basically, um, a big thing that happens is that people who try and pretend like they're divine or spiritual always pretend like also like they're witnesses. This is another thing. A witness is an observer, right? There's seers and stuff like that. The seers don't always like. Yeah, it's not like this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of argument. There's people out here who will possibly watch a situation go down, right? They'll possibly watch a situation. Witnesses and observers are beacons and signals to the Most High God. We continuously provide resources and information to the Most High God. We're continuously providing like like the information, the truth to God, regardless if you like it or not. That's what makes us witnesses, regardless if you like it or not. That's what makes us witnesses. That's what makes us seers. But these people, they want to act like they're seers, but only if someone likes it, if they don't like it, it's like, you know what I mean? If it's for viewership, if it's not for viewership, they won't post it like that. Like, oh, this was too dark. This is like they're selective. They think there's a selective approach to what you call providence, which is interesting because that would have to do with occult secrecy. So it's like either you're exposing or you're being secret about it. There's no what. If you're a master of the both in the scenario duality, then you're going to be representing duality of the matter, not fuck that bitch and you're such a whore. You wouldn't be doing that. And so there's a difference in the reading. Even in my channel, you'll be able to see the differences. So, anyways, I gotta go. So let's see what I'm talking about here in this situation. Yeah, ace of joints in reverse. That's a lie, right? These are liars. They're passively like taking credit for God's work. They're passively trying to take credit for the spirit guides' work, the ancestors' work. So the ancestors, the spirit guides, the like, you know what I mean, divine beings, angels, and 144 that's sent here. It's people who are receiving the credit so that we can give God the glory, all the glory. And then there's that motherfuckers, those people that are pretending prophets, pretending to be readers, pretending to be all part of it, pretending to be the biggest snakes. They know God. They know God. They know His plans. They know His design specifically, not His plans. They know His design. So they know if there's anything bad, there'll be good coming along. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? If there was ever like, you know what I mean, a situation where resources were taken out of a specific location for a long distance period of time, and or created some sort of subverse effect, that God was going to replenish that energy immediately, if not 10 times more, and restore. But that dharmic cycles don't just include you receiving what you're owed or what you deserve, but you receiving 10, 50 times, 40,000 times, 100,000 times what you deserve in order for you to keep going, right? Exactly. And that's the burden that they were trying to act like they didn't have. They were trying to act like they didn't have the burden of what you call it, not receiving 10 times the Dharma because they only received something about what they thought that they deserved. But what they thought they deserved is what they stolen. That's why they only received what they deserved. They never got, exactly, they never got the dharmic blessing of earning. You see what I'm saying? Once you earn something, you receive a dharmic blessing of getting 10, 50,000 times more of what you've earned. But they've been trying to steal. And the thing about it is that they'll also steal very like little incremental things that you would be receiving in order for you to now multiply your dharma. Yeah, they've been trying to steal the multiplicity of like not multiplicity, the maximization. They were trying to steal the power of maximization, and they were trying to hide it and cloak it um, by stealing it and then covering it up as if that they were a part of the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's giving fake time traveler. Yeah. Yeah, victory. Oh my gosh, look at it. There it is. Yeah, it's giving fake time traveler. It's giving someone who assumed that they were Like, see what I'm saying? It's like someone who believed that they were the empress, someone who thought that they were in position, someone who thought they got some sort of idea. There's the Page of Pentacles with the victories given to God. It's like they saw the glory of God surrounding a very specific. It's like going into, like, you go, I'm not, what is it called again? Open Sesame, right? Yeah, you go Open Sesame, and you're looking around. Wow, so much treasure. Oh, is that a lamp? That's what I'm trying to say here. Someone came in, saw all the treasure, and everybody was, and then they tried to use the fact that they had wisdom of the treasure, they had knowledge of the treasure, right? They had knowledge of the treasure, so they wouldn't want to act like they could abuse some sort of something within the treasure. Oh my gosh, this is a real life situation. This is a real life. Is this what my ex did? Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm gonna give it to God. Um, yeah, this is given to God. Yeah, there's something humorous about this that I find humorous about this. But that's definitely another thing. So that's what it is. It's some sort of sense of humor. Yeah, lightness of a matter is the lightness of a situation. So like the elegance, because lightness of a situation helps induce elegance, right? And then if you really think about it, the only reason someone is graceful is if there's light in a situation, blamelessness in a situation. That's the only way that there would be a graceful anything. So someone was trying to cause some sort of false, yeah, someone was trying to, someone was trying to project disgrace upon like a structure of effort. This is like, it takes effort to rest and it takes effort to work, right? So these are like structures of effort, which would be re- acquiring, acquisition. These are acquisitions. Yeah. Oh man, it's so like, yeah, there it is. They use, it's like someone knowing that you're going to be a certain place. So they use the name of the place that you're at in order to manifest some sort of front to open up what it is that they want to open. So, like, for example, this is a big example. So basically, my mom was begging me to pay her progressive bill. It's an insurance company, Progressive. But where is it that we as people part of the what you call collective would be going to progress? So every time you say something like that's progressive, it literally haywires the matrix. Like literally, it haywires the shit because they've placed some sort of entity in the middle. You see what I'm saying? In the middle of like the reality codex, and so that's also why I always mention to be careful with names. So like because like sometimes these people, like for example, there's this fertility company that stole the design for the Egyptian what do you call it, symbol of life, because they assumed like it's on the same like patent type of codex as Beethoven, and now their whole shit is falling apart. Like that's a fool. See what I mean? Fool. Look, they thought that they was gonna like, yeah, exactly. It was the oh no. They tried to abuse life and they tried to abuse the symbol of life, and so they're gonna get their absolutely fucked. And that's what I mean by iconography. I was mentioning that iconography, hieroglyphs, language, communication, this is structure. They wanted to play on duality. They wanted to abuse duality. That's duality. That's why it's humor. They wanted to abuse duality. That didn't turn out too good, huh? Basically, they wanted to abuse duality. Exactly. See, and that's the big burden. That's the big burden that they were holding, that they were acting like they weren't holding in order to cloak it in other people's ideas of what they would take as a burden in order to act like as if that they were exactly to act as if that they weren't trying to hide the fact that they were victimizing themselves in order to act like other people were a victim. Because how would you be able to victimize other people if you don't think of yourself as a victim? If you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love anybody else, right? So if you don't blame yourself, how the fuck are you gonna blame anybody else? So that's the thing. That's why they always want you to blame people. Won't blame yourself. Blame other people. Blame this. Blame that. But God said it very clearly. Blame your fucking parents. Like, period. Exactly. Bad investment. Blame your parents for why they decided to make it such a bad investment on you. That's really what it is. I'll keep moving on. I'll turn it any which way around, and I'll still make the conversation keep going. Blame your parents as to why they decided to give you misinformation to get you on the wrong path so that you confuse and misconstrue something. Blame your parents as to, I'll keep going. Like I'll keep going. Blame your parents. Don't blame me. Don't blame anybody else. Don't even blame yourself. Period. Because in Christ, your body is of Christ. Your body is of Christ. For you to blame yourself, it means that you would be blaming Jesus Christ himself. Because what did Jesus do to you, though? Exactly. That's exactly why people don't understand how to be able to overcome the situation, because they're like, oh, well, if I don't hate anyone, how can I? Like, if I can't hate myself, I can't hate anyone. Yeah, how am I going to hate? Like, don't hate. The fuck? Exactly. Lovers. Duality. Literally. That's literally love. And that's why they can't handle it. Therefore, their idea of uniformity has nothing to do with order, and I gotta go. Yeah, the cycle is complete because, like, they wanted to create some sort of passive credit for themselves to act as if that they could be able to create some sort of victory for themselves, to take a part of some sort of dharma, as if that they were a structurally sound, as if that their job was to sit back and indulge in watching innocents die because they knew that God was gonna come in and save them when it was supposed to be their job. Imagine the cops. They're like, okay, God is supposed to come down here and save his prophet. And they're laughing and they're drinking and they're laughing and they're drinking. So the prophet dies. I think it's supposed to be your job. So you didn't do your job. So now the supernatural, extraterrestrial, high divine being that you said you didn't believe in has to come do your job. And that now you're thinking that, wow, it's real. God is real. Da, 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 take me to heaven. Are you serious? You just fucked up your job. You just missed out on doing your own fucking job that God put you on this planet to fucking do, and you fucked up. And now you want to go around and act like you deserve some sort of fuck you. That's exactly what the fuck's going on. Yeah, exactly. Lovers. Like you really thought, yeah, you really thought trying to destroy these are people who really thought trying to act as if that not doing what the fuck they were put here to do was gonna supposedly be overlooked. It was gonna be overlooked, right? That's what they thought it was gonna be overlooked. Yeah, because but they wanted to act like that's not the reason as to why they began stealing to begin with. That it wasn't what incited their jealousy. It was as if it wasn't why they even found to steal other people's treasures to go and mine other people's businesses. Like that's it. It's given to God. You see how it's the truth given to God. See, if they thought it was a they thought it was a secret. They thought it was a secret. Didn't I say they acted like it was some sort of secret? No, everybody knew because how many people read the Bible? We already knew. Like the fuck, exactly. Like exactly. 4-1. That's it. Because they kept on trying to argue with me back and forth on how they're gonna know who's gonna know. Everybody knows because it's been written. Like it's been written. We read the shit. They're like, nah, no way. I'm like, yeah, the fuck has been written. Even somebody came up here to say that the stuff that I'm reading is just like the movies, and I'm like, yeah, art imitates life. Yeah, because it's been written. The fuck. Anyways, bye.